Hey, how's everybody going? Eli Scott here. Got a quick video for you guys today. So I've been getting a lot of questions lately. A lot of people asking me how does my setup look? What's my procedure? How do I do it? What does it entail? What supplies do I use? So I'm going to go ahead and show you guys today what my setup looks like. It's very simple, very basic. I like to keep things simple and clean. I will show you guys what it looks like before we get into that and talk about that. Shout out to my sponsor, Official. Thank you guys for giving me the best supplies in the industry. These needle carts are top tier, and I appreciate the support as always. All right, let's get into it. Here you guys go. That's the standard setup that I use. Very simple, very easy to do. Okay, so basically what we got is a metal tray, and we got some things laid out on there. So the first thing that I do before I do anything, no matter if I've cleaned it the day before I went home, I make sure that I wipe that tray off. You know what I mean? Make sure it's nice and clean. Then I like to stick a clean dental bib down on there, okay? The ones that I use, they got plastic. Most of them have this. They got plastic on one side, paper on the other. I put plastic side up, paper side down. The reason I do that is because there's been a few times there's starting to be some spills on this cart. And, if it gets wet, it makes a big mess, falls apart, and it really sucks. So I stick the plastic side up, paper side down, okay? So what we got here is basically some nitrile gloves, some blue shop towels. Yes, I use blue shop towels. I don't use white ones because they fall apart. They scratch the skin and they just fucking suck and I don't like them. Okay, so I use blue shop towels, standard razor, cup with my solution, my soap in there. We'll get back to that in a second. I use big base caps here and then some Glide. You see, very simple, very easy, nothing too complicated at all about that, okay? And the reason that I like to use this water cup here, this particular setup and the way that I've been doing this, I've been doing it since 2000. So a long time. It took a little getting used to, but the reason that I started doing it is because back then a lot of people were still using spray bottles. Spray bottles, they spread contamination. They're terrible. I don't like them. There's a lot of people that don't think there's anything wrong with them. That's their opinion, and, that's fine. But for me, I don't use any squeeze bottles or any spray bottles. I use solely this, which I fill with a small solution of green soap, which is pre-mixed, and water, which is distilled water only. A lot of people use water from the sink. That's their preferences if they choose to. I don't. I use only distilled water for personal reasons. I think it's clean. It's the best, okay? So, again, here we go. Real simple. We got gloves, razor, then we got our cup with our soap in it, our paper towels, our base caps, and our Glide. Super simple, nothing too crazy about it, okay? And if you guys notice, there's a tray within a tray, okay? The reason I do that is for a few different reasons. So, one, with it being in this cup here with all this water, if this tray, say this cup has a little pinhole in it, or I bump into the tray and it spills, that water is contained within this tray only, okay? Doesn't leak out, get all over my ink, my paper towels, or anything else, my machines that I might have laying on here, which are not up there at the moment, but, it helps keep that contained within that area. The other reason that I do it is because when I'm done with this razor, the razor goes in the sharps container, and I no longer use it. It's no longer on my setup tray, okay? All my needle carts, they end up going right here, okay? Also, contained in this area, don't touch anything else, and that's where I like them, and that's the place that I put them. That's how I like it. So, again, very simple, very easy. Some people do it their own way. This is my way. I find this way to be very satisfying and very easy, simple, and it works for me. So hopefully that answered some questions for you guys. So if you guys notice, there's no needle carts at all on this whole tray. The reason that there's no needle carts on here is because I don't put them on here and I lay them all over like some people just throw them down or they put them in a holder. In the packages before they open them, they're just laying on there. I don't like to do that for personal reasons. We'll get into that in a whole nother video if you guys would like. But I will show you guys what I use on a daily basis and what it consists of. And again, all cartridges that I use are Imala products. So let me show you what I use. This is my basic setup of needle carts. Basically, anything that I do is going to pretty much consist of these configurations. Okay, we got a 5-round liner, 7-round liner, 11-round liner, a 9 mag, a 15 mag, and a 19 mag. Pretty much anything I do, I can do it on this spectrum of needle carts that I got laid out here for you. And again, these are all Imala products. You can see that there. Really nice, construction, the way that these are made, and these are very consistent. I've never had one of these ever, not a single one. In the whole time that I've been with them for 8 years, never had a single one be ruined, mislabeled, a bird needle or anything like that. Never had no burrs or anything on there. Everything has been very consistent, very clean, very sterile, and that's the way I like it. So the reason I got them over here, like I said, is when I open these needle carts before I tattoo get started, I open them in a very specific way. I will make another video where I show you my setup start to finish and also my breakdown, and I'll explain to you and show you the very specific way that I unpackage these and how they end up on my cart here, to start tattooing, because it's done in a very specific way, and that's the way I've done it for many, many years. So hopefully that answers questions for you guys. If you guys have any other further questions, feel free to address those in the comment section, or message me separately. Again, thank you guys for watching, and as always, Amala.official, thank you for supplying me with the products. You guys are the best, and until next time, you guys have a good one.